What's up, everybody? So, spring is finally here, I think. We've been waiting for quite a while here in the state of Utah for this to finally come around, and all the snow is finally melted. So, I'm excited. First fairly warm day here in Utah. And what normally comes with the first day, getting things going, usually, and as I'm sure you've seen, there are plenty of folks that are out there that are telling you all the time to get a soil test. Now the question is do we need one? And what does it really do for you? Is it necessary? Let's talk about it. Let's go. Now, I just want to make sure I make one thing clear. You do not need a soil test. Simply put, you do not need it. But you might want it. I went for years without ever having or taking a soil test, and my yard looked great. I'd apply fertilizer at the recommended rates, and it looked great. But over time, I started to feel like I was missing something. And I wanted to have the knowledge and the information and the data to make better thought out decisions. And that is the reason why I usually recommend do a soil test if you're the type of person that likes the knowledge, that likes to know what's in your soil so that you can properly address it and not either put too much or have too little. That is the reason why a soil test can be very, very important. And I do recommend them, but bottom line, you do not need it if you're not the type that likes to read through the data, be able to analyze it, and apply it accordingly. Now, a couple of things when you are going to take a soil test you need to remember. Do not fertilize more than 6 weeks in advance of taking the soil test. You want the time to be able to allow the nutrients that were applied to do their thing and to dissipate and give you a real good idea of what the soil currently is sitting at. I usually like to take mine first thing in the spring so that way I can see what I'm currently sitting at from what I put down in late fall and to see if I need to make any adjustments. For example, my pH is one of the biggest things that I looked at. The pH is something that can be very, very important. You don't want your soil to be too acidic or too basic. Not basic like the teenagers. But I go in and take a look at what I've got and apply it accordingly. For example, I have too much phosphorus in times past, and so I have reduced the amount of phos I put down in my yard, and now I'm beginning to see those levels drop to more normal levels, and I'm going to be able to then, if I do need to put some phos down, I shouldn't be having too much that's out there in my soil. Now, do you need a tool like this to be able to take soil tests? No. But I do it so often and so frequently, and when I help other folks, I use it a lot. So I do love my AMS Soil Probe. And it just happens to be made in America and built 20 minutes from where I grew up in American Falls, Idaho. I grew up in Pocatello. Now, when you do take your soil sample, do not go any deeper than 6 inches.
That's what she said?
Any deeper and you're not going to get the true view of what your soil is currently consisting of. And most of us don't have our soil amended much deeper than 6 inches. If you do, that's great. But don't go usually down any farther than 6 inches. Remove all the rocks and organic material like roots, blades of grass, things like that to be able to get a true view as to what exactly your soil is currently consisting of and what changes need to be made. Now, hopefully our roots are getting deeper than 6 inches. I hope. Having deep roots is my main goal when I'm taking my soil test, applying water, nutrients, is to get those roots to go deeper, deeper, and deeper. I live in a very drought-stricken area. We did have a great water year this year, but I can't always rely on that. Now, I know I've already said this once, but to sum up, do you need a soil test? No. Once again, you do not. But it does help to know and have that knowledge of what's in your soil to be able to then address certain problems or even create problems and then have to then cure the problems because you either added too much, you're adding too much phosphorus, for example, and your soil already had plenty of that to be able to use naturally, and to be able to make sure that other things like your pH and those types of things are addressed before it could possibly get out of hand, and then you've got to work even harder to reverse it. These are the reasons why I do recommend getting a soil test. But again, it's not necessary. It's more of a want, because I want that data. I want the knowledge to be able to know what's in my soil, how can I make it better. Hey everybody, just wanted to do a quick reminder about our 2022 subscriber giveaway. We are giving away 2 dethatchers that have been featured in some of my previous comparison videos. At the 2,500 subscriber mark, we're going to give away the Lawn Master Dethatcher Scarifier, and at the 3,000 subscriber mark, we're going to give away the AJ801E Dethatcher Scarifier as well. To be eligible, all you need to do is be a subscriber, go in and like the video for the comparison of the Works Dethatcher, the Sunjoe 805E, and the Lawn Master Dethatcher Scarifier. Please leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, and when we get those 2 subscriber marks, we'll announce the giveaway winner. I'm really excited to be able to give back to the community for all the likes, the shares, the subscribes, and all the love that has been given to the channel this year. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.